One very big negative that I would say haunts Linux is its community. That sometimes community of Linux can be very, very elitist or very toxic, very unhelpful, very negative, and they can be arrogant. That is something I've heard, that is something I've seen. And I can personally attest to that some Linux users are really, really pain in the ass to deal with. But I don't think that is the rule. I think that is the exception. Because ever since I started using Linux, I started posting some videos on it. Just, I don't know, to share my thoughts, maybe to help some other people who have been on the fence like me before. So, and I've been getting different comments, and most of the comments, I think all of the comments really that I received, have been fortunately very nice. People were really helpful. People were sharing their experience. People were sharing their solutions and suggesting things. Really nice and helpful. That was fantastic. I was afraid that since I am very new to Linux and I haven't really used Linux ever in my life, I might have different issues that I would have problems solving because people would be very unhelpful. But it has been actually the opposite. People are very, very nice. At least they have been nice to me. Maybe it's just luck, but again, that has been my experience with Linux community. I have received only good words from the people. So, yeah. And I would personally think that we should be more welcoming. And part of the reason I wanted to make these videos on Linux is because I think Windows and Mac aren't really that great, and compared to them, Linux, at least Linux Mint, is fantastic. So I want people that want to try Linux to have an easier time with it, you know? Because for me, it has been a point of concern. Like, do I really want to deal with toxicity of certain people, right? With this elitist, arrogant behavior, or like not behavior, attitude. I just didn't want to deal with that. But again, I don't think this behavior is the rule. It is most likely exception. And like few apples spoil the bunch, or however the saying goes. Essentially, there are good people, there are nice people, nice people in the community, nice users, and there are some very helpful people as well. And it's a great community so far. Again, there are always going to be some bad people, there are always going to be some toxic or arrogant people. That's just the nature of human beings. But overall, I think the community is great. At least so far, at least in my experience.